If you think that you're only valuable if you're useful, this episode is for you. Welcome to Tools to Manifest Your Dream Life with myself, Glenise Hughes. Thank you so much for being here. I am so incredibly grateful for each and every one of you. This episode is an invitation to my monthly membership called Magic School for Manifestors, which is based on my Neuro Miracles method and works at the nervous system level. So your thoughts and your energy and your actions all stay aligned under pressure, success, and even visibility. Link is above or below. If you don't see a link, reach out and I'll get it for you. So if people describe you as generous and capable and strong, the one who handles it all, and you're exhausted, stay with me. And I'm not going to tell you to stop being kind, and I'm not going to tell you to get selfish and just think about yourself. What I want to look at is that overgiving, not generosity, it's actually a form of protection. I'm going to let that sink in. Overgiving is a form of protection. And unfortunately, once you see it clearly, you cannot unsee it. The women that I work with are incredibly capable. They run businesses, they manage homes, they handle money. They are the calm one in chaos. They are the one that everyone calls. And they are tired because they've built their safety around being needed. So let's look at the difference between generosity and overgiving. Generosity is clean. It's something that you choose. You feel good about it. There's no resentment after. You don't expect repayment. Overgiving is different. It's automatic. It often feels urgent. You usually step in before anybody asks, and you feel tense if you don't. And here's the one that I know I can relate with. You feel resentful after. Generosity expands you. Overgiving depletes you. And as I said before, overgiving is a form of protection. If I am useful, I am valuable. If I am valuable, I am safe. If I'm needed, I won't be rejected. And that isn't conscious. That's actually wiring. For a lot of us high-functioning women, being the competent one actually became our identity. And it was usually early on. Like maybe you were the responsible child. Maybe you managed the emotions in your family. You were probably even praised for being so mature. We learned that love comes from usefulness. So now as an adult, you give before anyone asks. You anticipate needs. You smooth tension. You over-deliver. You fix. You carry, and you call it generosity. But your body tells the truth. Do you feel calm when you give? Or do you feel pressure? Now, there's lots of ways that overgiving can show up. In business, you might lower your price before someone can object. Or you add a bunch of bonuses that no one even asked for. You extend deadlines automatically. You apologize for charging. You over-explain your value. Overgiving in relationships, you text first, always. You plan everything. You absorb emotional weight. You fix problems that aren't even yours. You say yes when you want to say no. Overgiving with money, you receive a big payment and immediately spend it on others. You invest in everyone else before yourself. You feel uncomfortable holding surplus. You give discounts to avoid discomfort. Overgiving in your community, you volunteer before you're asked. You solve the group problems. You carry the emotional tone. You don't let yourself need anything. And here's one that probably all of us can relate to. You struggle to receive without giving back immediately. If someone compliments you, you deflect. Someone supports you, you minimize. Someone pays you easily, you have the urge to add more. That urge is not generosity. It's discomfort with receiving. Overgiving gives you control. Receiving requires surrender. Now, there are hidden costs to overgiving. It can cost you consistent income, emotional intimacy, sustainable energy, capacity for growth, trust in others. Because when we overgive, we actually train people not to step up. You train your clients to expect excess. You train your nervous system that you must earn your place. And then we resent the very dynamic that we created. Overgiving creates quiet resentment. You start to think, why am I the only one doing this? But you never stop doing it long enough to let anybody else do it. Overgiving also blocks the capacity for cash. When money comes in easily, your system says, well, this isn't safe. So you over-deliver, you add extras, work harder, spend fast, create new pressure. You restore the familiar tension because tension is normal for you. Calm feels suspicious. You probably already know that you overgive. You've read about boundaries. You've even journaled. You've said, I need to stop doing this. And yet you still say yes. You still jump in. You still feel anxious when you don't. Again, because you've trained your nervous system to equate being needed to safety. So when you pause, when you wait, when you don't fix, your body reacts. Tight chest, restlessness, guilt, fear. Now that reaction means that you are on the edge of rewiring. And it's actually where many people quit. They think, oh, I tried boundaries, but it was so uncomfortable. It must not be for me. But the thing is, it felt bad because it was new. Regulation first and then rewiring. You can't shame yourself out of overgiving. You need to build capacity to tolerate not being needed. It's subtle work and it takes practice. What replacing overgiving looks like, it's not dramatic personality changes. It's micro moves. Pause before replying. Let a message sit for an hour. Don't solve a problem immediately. Don't add extra to your offer. State your price and stop talking. Ask for help at least once a week. Let someone else carry the emotional weight. And then notice what comes up. Discomfort, guilt, restlessness. Whatever it is, just stay with the discomfort. You're not abandoning anyone. You're actually expanding your capacity to receive. The goal is not to give less. The goal is to give from choice, not compulsion. When you slow down that urgency, you actually create space. And in that space, something powerful happens. People actually step up. Money stabilizes. Energy evens out. Resentment decreases. Calm lasts longer. You won't lose your generosity. You will lose the exhaustion. And just remember, this is a process. This isn't about judging yourself and making yourself wrong. It's recognizing that you've chose one way for possibly decades, and that's okay. Now it's time to choose a different way, which may be uncomfortable, and it's totally worth it. Remember, you aren't broken. You just adapted. And that adaptation likely assisted you to succeed in so many ways. It's just not sustainable long term. And overgiving doesn't change just because you had awareness or insight about it. It changes because you start practicing receiving in safe environments, because you regulate when the discomfort arises, because you stay with the pause instead of rushing to fix. This is work that we practice consistently, not in theory, in real time. So if you are done trying to fix this alone, if you are a recovering overgiver and you're ready to build capacity for calm, for support, for steady receiving, it's what we practice inside Magic School for Manifestors. We regulate, we rewire, we increase our capacity to receive without collapsing back into overgiving. You don't have to earn your place anymore, and you don't have to carry everything by yourself. Link is above or below. If you don't see a link, reach out and I will get it for you. Have a wonderful week, sweet friends, and I look forward to chatting again soon.